I would just like to give a very brief introduction about David Bhai. Uh, David Bhai's full name is David John Kilowski, and he hails from Australia, in a city called Adelaide. There was a time in his life, because of various situations that he had to go through, he spent about 12 months in isolation, where he had some deep magical experiences, and he was drawn to painting as well as music. So it was almost like paintbrushes and musical instruments were just drawn to him. David Bhai knows to play more than 50 instruments, and the number just keeps increasing and increasing. He currently stays at Gyan Sarovar, an academy for a better world, which is in Mount Abu, Rajasthan, and he's been associated with the Brahma Kumaris and has been rendering his services for the past 25 years. He's responsible for setting up the arts department, and he oversees the everyday operations of the art department. So David Bhai, thank you for that mesmerizing music. Can we have a great round of applause, please? Thank you so much. Just a very brief introduction about Brahma Kumaris. I'm sure most of you must have already been associated with the Brahma Kumaris, but still, Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University, or Prajapita Brahma Kumaris Ishwariya Vishwavidyalaya, is a spiritual organization that is dedicated to teaching personal transformation and world renewal through its value-based education. It was founded in 1937 in Sindh, Pakistan by Dada Lekhraj, also known as Brahma Baba, and is now headquartered in Mount Abu, Rajasthan. It has more than 8,500 centers in about 130 countries, where we teach personal transformation and for everyone to lead a better life. The current head of the organization is Dadi Janki. She's the administrative head. She's 102 years old, and then she's the one who basically looks into the day-to-day administrative procedures. The organization renders its services through various wings. It has 19 wings, like the security wing, the IT wing, a whole lot of wings, and then spirituality in IT, which is SiT, is the brainchild of the IT wing, and this is the 6th anniversary of the SiT. So a very warm welcome to all of you again. I would like to invite Kuldeep Didi to please come and give a welcome note. Just to give you a brief introduction of Kuldeep Didi. Rajyogini Brahma Kumari Kuldeep Didi was born in Punjab province. Right from her childhood, Kuldeep Didi has attached utmost importance to spirituality and value-based living. At a very tender age, Kuldeep Didi dedicated herself to the service of God and mankind. She was blessed to receive spiritual sustenance from the founding member himself, Brahma Baba, and past and current administrative heads. Kuldeep Didi is well experienced as a teacher of meditation, value-based living, the art of spiritual living. She is a very fluent speaker and touches hearts through her humorous talks. She was also instrumental in transforming several beings to spiritual inclined livers. Kuldeep Didi offers her services at the moment in Shanti Sarovar, Hyderabad, but she's traveled extensively to USA, UK, China, Malaysia, Singapore, Nepal, and other Caribbean countries, and shares her valuable experiences. She's also received many awards, and she's the driving spirit behind this massive project that we are sitting in right now, which is Shanti Sarovar, which is spread across 34 acres. Kuldeep Didi is currently serving as an in-charge of the Hyderabad subzone for the Brahma Kumari centers. She is the director of Shanti Sarovar. She is a national coordinator for the sports wing of Raj Yoga Education and Research Foundation, the governing member of the Brahma Kumaris Educational Society. So a huge round of applause for Didi, and please welcome her.
Om Shanti. Very good morning. आज हमारा स्पिरिचुअलिटी इन आईटी सिट प्रोग्राम पिछले 6 वर्षों से चल रहा है। आज 6th एनिवर्सरी का दिन है, जिसमें आप सब भी पिछले 6 वर्षों से इस कार्यक्रम में भाग ले रहे हैं। आप सबका बहुत बहुत हार्दिक अभिनंदन है, क्योंकि आज की दुनिया में इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी बढ़ती जा रही है और उसके साथ साथ क्या हो रहा है, हमारे माइंड की स्थिति कैसी हो रही है, स्ट्रेसफुल होते जा रहे हैं, क्योंकि ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन इकट्ठे कर रहे। जैसे आपके कंप्यूटर में भी ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन हो जाती है, मोबाइल में भी बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ आ जाता है, तो क्या होता है, ब्लॉक हो जाता है। आप किसी को फ़ोन मिलाना चाहते, कभी कभी फ़ोन भी नहीं मिलेगा, मैसेजेस भी नहीं, क्योंकि बॉक्स फुल हो चुका है। तो इस प्रकार आज हम भी दुनिया से अच्छी इन्फॉर्मेशन भी लेते हैं, लेकिन कुछ कुछ नेगेटिव इन्फॉर्मेशंस भी हमारे माइंड में चले जाते हैं। तो यहाँ पर हम एवरी मंथ सिट रिट्रीट भी करते 2nd सैटरडे को, जिसमें आईटी वालों को बहुत फ़ायदा मिलता है, क्योंकि सबसे ज़्यादा स्ट्रेसफुल लाइफ आप लोगों की है। आप जो कंपनीज़ को संभालने वाले हैं, सीईओज़ हैं, आप सब जानते हैं इस फील्ड में कितनी स्ट्रेस होती है और कितना कारोबार आप संभालते हो। एक प्रकार से दुनिया आपकी मुट्ठी में है। तो भले ही हमने दुनिया को मुट्ठी में कर लिया है, लेकिन इस दुनिया के हम वर्ल्ड रूलर बने, वो टेक्नोलॉजी हमें अब सीखनी है, क्योंकि हम मास्टरमाइंड है, लेकिन अपने माइंड को भी कंट्रोल करने की मास्टरी सीखनी है। आज हमारा मन कंट्रोल में नहीं होने के कारण हम देख रहे हैं कि कैसा वातावरण बन रहा है दुनिया में। तो इस आईटी की सेवाओं को हम देख रहे हैं कि विश्व भर में ब्रह्मा कुमारी इस बहनें ये सेवा कर रहे हैं। हमें बहुत खुशी है कि हमें पिछले 6 वर्षों से 3 वर्षों से तेलंगाना गवर्नमेंट जब से बनी है, केटीआर जी कल 2nd टाइम आने वाले हैं। बीच में भी मिनिस्टर्स वगैरह आए हैं, लेकिन केटीआर जी जब पहली बार भी आए थे, उन्होंने बहुत सराहना की कि सचमुच आईटी के क्षेत्र में इतना टेंशन है और आप सब इन लोगों के लिए बहुत अच्छा कार्य कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि मेडिटेशन ही एक ऐसी टेक्निक है, जितना आप मेडिटेशन से अपने माइंड को रिलैक्स करेंगे, रिफ्रेश करेंगे, उतना आपके अंदर एनर्जी आएगी। आपका माइंड जितना स्ट्रेस फ्री होगा, आप जो है अधिक काम कर सकते हैं, आपकी कार्य की क्षमता भी बढ़ती है, एबिलिटीज़ भी बढ़ती हैं, और आपके अंदर जो शक्तियाँ छुपी हुई हैं वो जागृत होती हैं मेडिटेशन से। तो मेडिटेशन हमारे माइंड को जो है काम एंड क्वाइट रखता है, फ्री रखता है, और आपको काम करते हुए भी ऐसा महसूस होगा कि मैं नहीं कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन मेरे से कोई शक्ति करा रही है। तो आपको कोई भी प्रकार का वर्क का भी स्ट्रेस नहीं होगा, क्योंकि यहाँ पर भी आप देखते हैं हमारा ये ईश्वरी विश्वविद्यालय की एक्टिविटीज़ इतनी हैं, हमारे पास लगभग रोज़ाना ही कुछ ना कुछ प्रोग्राम होता है। आप देखिए एक प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज करने में कितनी शक्ति लगती है, कितना ब्रेन वर्क होता है, कितना टीम वर्क होता है। तो हर एक को संभालना, उनको हैंडल करना बहुत स्ट्रेसफुल जॉब है, लेकिन यहाँ हमें परमात्मा ने ये बताया है कि कोई भी काम करते समय आप बर्डन मत लो। आप निमित्त आत्मा हैं, आप एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट हैं, आपको चलाने वाला आपका मास्टर जो है वो है परमात्मा। तो जैसे कंप्यूटर पर आप काम करते हो, आप थकते हो, कंप्यूटर नहीं थकता है। आप जितना भी उसको लोड देंगे वो लेता रहता है। जितनी उसकी कैपेसिटी है। इसी प्रकार जब परमात्मा करता है तो हम फ्री हैं, हम उसके इंस्ट्रूमेंट, हम उसके कंप्यूटर हैं, वो हमें चला रहा है, सब कुछ वो कर रहा है। आपको इतना लाइटनेस फील होगी, आपके जीवन में खुशी आ जाएगी कि हम औरों के लिए कुछ कर रहे हैं, हमसे परमात्मा कितना अच्छा कार्य करा रहा है। कभी भी हमको ऐसा नहीं लगता अरे ये इतना बड़ा प्रोग्राम, अब तो कोई प्रोग्राम नहीं करेंगे, 1 मंथ तक रेस्ट करेंगे। हमको ऐसा लगता है रेस्ट तो अरेस्ट होना। सदा परमात्मा कहते बिजी रहो, बिजी रहने में खुशी रहती है। खाली बैठेंगे तो क्या होगा? कहावत है ना, एम्प्टी माइंड इज डेविल्स वर्कशॉप। तो हम फिर नेगेटिव सोचेंगे। तो अपने माइंड को भी, अपनी बॉडी को भी हम बिजी रखें, क्योंकि हम कर्म योगी हैं। हम केवल योगी भी नहीं हैं, हम सिर्फ कर्म करने वाले कार्यकर्ता भी नहीं हैं, लेकिन हम कर्म योगी हैं। तो कर्म के साथ योग को सम्मिलित कर ले तो आप बहुत कुछ कमाल कर सकते, क्योंकि साइंस के युग में हर व्यक्ति प्रैक्टिकल प्रूफ चाहता है। चेंज क्या है, ये नॉलेज कहाँ हमें लाभ दे रही है, मेडिटेशन हमें कहाँ तक लाभ देता है। तो हम अपने माइंड पावर से जहाँ भी पहुँचना चाहें 1 सेकंड में पहुँच सकते हैं। आपने जो देश देखा है, अगर उस देश का मैं नाम लेती हूँ, आप यहाँ बैठे बैठे पहुँच जाते मन से। विमान में तो आपको टाइम लगेगा, कई घंटे जर्नी करने के बाद आप यहाँ से USA, UK या ऑस्ट्रेलिया या सिडनी कहीं भी जाना है तो आपको कितनी तैयारी है। लेकिन अगर मैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया कहूँ और जो वहाँ गए हुए हैं वो पहुँच जाते हैं। अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया के होटल का नाम ले लूँ तो आप होटल के रूम में भी पहुँच जाएंगे। तो वो सुखद अनुभव हमें कितना यहाँ बैठे बैठे अच्छी अनुभूति कराते हैं। तो इसी तरह मेडिटेशन में भी हम मन को कुछ सजेशन देते हैं, तन से कुछ नहीं करना है। तन से आप अपना काम करते रहिए, मन को कुछ अच्छे सजेशन, पॉजिटिव थॉट्स दे देते हैं, जिससे मन भी हल्का रिलैक्स रहेगा, तन भी हल्का रहेगा और आप अपने कार्य से औरों को प्रसन्न कर सकते हैं, सभी को सेटिस्फाई कर सकते हैं। तो योग में हमारी एफिशिएंसी भी बढ़ेगी और आप सक्सेसफुल अभिनेता कहें, जो भी जिस फील्ड में भी आप करेंगे, सक्सेस आपका बर्थ राइट अनुभव होगा। कोई काम देखिए, दुनिया में पहले भी लोग जो है ना बहुत स्पिरिचुअल थे, अभी हमने स्पिरिचुअलिटी को अलग कर दिया है। हर काम परमात्मा का नाम लेकर, कुछ मंत्रोच्चारण करके, आध्यात्मिकता से, स्पिरिचुअलिटी से स्टार्ट करते थे और अनुभव करते थे हमें सक्सेस मिली। तो शुरू में भी भगवान से ब्लेसिंग लेकर काम करते, लास्ट में भी भगवान को थैंक्स देते। अभी तो हम अपने आप को ही ब्लेसिंग देते, अपने आप को ही थैंक्स देते, मैंने बहुत अच्छा काम किया। लेकिन नहीं, उसने बहुत अच्छा कराया, थैंक्स। तो देखिए, आप पशु पक्षी भी भगवान को रोज़ थैंक्स करते। आपने देखा है कभी? आप उनको खाना ज़मीन पर रखते हो, गाय, भैंस, बकरी, जो भी है, चिड़िया, बर्ड्स जितने भी हैं, वो ज़मीन पर मुंह रख कर के खाते हैं और खाते समय वो ऊपर मुंह करके भगवान को थैंक्स बोलते रहते हैं। और हम लोग तो खाते हैं तो अपने खाने में ही मगन रहते हैं, हमारा ध्यान पूरा प्लेट में रहता है या मनुष्यों से जुड़े रहते हैं जो हमारे साथ खा रहे हैं। लेकिन उसको थैंक्स बोलो, जिसने हमें इतना सुंदर जीवन दिया, इतना अच्छा भोजन दिया है। तो इस तरह से आप IT फील्ड में भी इस मेडिटेशन को सम्मिलित करेंगे ना, आपका लिंक अगर जुड़ गया उसके साथ, आपको जो इन्फॉर्मेशन इस दुनिया में मिलते हैं वो लिमिटेड हैं। परमात्मा से जो इन्फॉर्मेशन आपको आएंगे वो आपके जीवन में प्रगति का सोर्स बन जाएगा। आपकी फटाफट आप देखेंगे आप अपलिफ्ट हो रहे हैं। तो मेडिटेशन एक लिफ्ट का बटन है, आप जितना ऊंचा जाना चाहें उतना ऊंचा जा सकते हैं, क्योंकि आत्मा की स्पीड इस दुनिया के किसी यंत्र में नहीं है। इवन रॉकेट भी नहीं जा सकता वो स्पीड से जितनी स्पीड सोल की है। अगर सोल को सुप्रीम सोल से कनेक्ट कर देंगे तो डबल पावर से आप फ्लाई कर सकते हैं। आपको लाइफ की जर्नी फ्लाई करना ही पसंद है या चलना पसंद है? आप कहीं जाना चाहें, आपको यहाँ से बेंगलोर के लिए कॉल आए तो क्या पसंद करेंगे? टाइम तो शॉर्ट है ना, आपके पास टाइम की शॉर्टेज है, तो आप क्या करेंगे? पैदल चलेंगे, ट्रेन में जाएंगे या फ्लाइट पकड़ेंगे? अर्जेंसी है तो अभी जीवन में भी भगवान कहते हैं अभी फ्लाई करो। तो ऐसे तो हम शरीर के साथ फ्लाई नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन जब आप सोल कॉन्शियस हो जाएंगे तो आप फ्लाई कर सकते हैं। तो वो परमात्मा शक्तियों का अनुभव और परमात्मा को साथ रख कर के कार्य करने से आप अपने क्षेत्र में एक बहुत सुपरस्टार बन सकते हैं। क्योंकि परमात्मा भी स्टार, आत्मा भी स्टार, 2 स्टार मिल जाएंगे तो आप सुपरस्टार हो जाएंगे। तो इसलिए हम आज के इस कार्यक्रम के लिए आप सबको बहुत शुभकामनाएं देते हैं, और हम चाहते हैं कि आप भी अपने जो भी आपके कर्म क्षेत्र पर कर्मचारी, जो भी आपके साथ काम करने वाले साथी हैं, तो उनको भी अगर ये प्रोग्राम्स में आप भेजेंगे, एवरी सेकंड सैटरडे 9 to 1 रहता है, जिसमें उनका लंच भी यहाँ ही होता है, शुद्ध भोजन जिसको हम ब्रह्मा भोजन कहते हैं, परमात्मा की याद में बनाया हुआ शक्तिशाली, जिससे अन्न शुद्ध होने से मन भी शुद्ध होता है। तो ऐसे कार्यक्रम में आप सब उनको प्रोत्साहन देंगे और आप भी अटेंड करेंगे तो आप औरों को भी मोटिवेट कर सकते हैं। ये मेडिटेशन आपको हर कार्य में मदद करने वाला है, क्योंकि आपको इतने अच्छे अच्छे विचार आएंगे, आप अच्छी योजनाएं बना सकेंगे, क्रिएटिव बनेंगे। ऐसा नहीं है हमारा मेडिटेशन जिसमें हम डल हो जाएं, लेकिन माइंड बहुत क्रिएटिव बनेगा और आप अच्छे अच्छे आविष्कार कर सकेंगे। आप दुनिया में बहुत सुंदर क्रांति ला सकते हैं इस आईटी फील्ड के द्वारा, क्योंकि आईटी ही आज इस दुनिया में एकमात्र साधन है जो सारी दुनिया इस पर डिपेंड है। अगर इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं है तो फिर तो हम फिर से पुराने ज़माने में लौटना पड़ेगा, है ना। तो इसलिए आप सबको बहुत 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 मुबारक, आज आप सभी पधारे, आपका अभिनंदन है। और आगे इस जर्नी को बढ़ाने के लिए सदा हम चाहते हैं कि इस जर्नी में आप जुड़े रहें। ओम शांति।
Lord. Moving ahead in the program, there was a recent forward that actually, came to my mobile, and then I was seeing. It speaks about management styles, and I found that to be much more deeper than just management styles. So if we juxtapose our style versus what is written in the books, so what's written in the books is predominantly taken as an inspiration from Bible, especially, the Kotlers of the world, and, whichever management books that we look into, speaks about the 10 commandments. So, the style that we basically take into an organization is let's follow these commandments or policies or procedures, etc. And then there was this speaker who was speaking about why is it that we have to take only, the 10 commandments, and then he took us back to Hindu mythology, and I really love this concept, and I would just like to share it with you just before we start the program. So just like we have the 10 commandments, he was speaking about Hindu mythology having Swarga, which is led by Indra. We also have Kailasha, which is led by Shankar, and then we have Vaikunt, which is Vishnu is the leader for the Vaikunt. And then he was speaking about the different attitudes of these leaders, where in Swarga, according to Hindu mythology, there were always stories of they were trying to be conquered. They were always wars that were waged against Swarga, and then Indra was the person who was always stopping from being conquered. So the attitude of Indra was it's me who is important, and nobody else is important. That is one kind of management style. So I am important, nobody is important. If I get what I want, that's what is important for me. And then the second, if we move to Kailasha, where Shankar is sitting, he has the attitude of disinterest, right? He literally doesn't wear anything. He just sits on that snowy mountains there, and then has the attitude of, I don't want anything, and I believe that even you don't want anything, so everybody is happy. That's the kind of management style that he has. And then there is, if we move to Vaikunth, there is Vishnu, wherein he's apparently of the idea that I have to be happy and you also have to be happy. So this is not about management style. Management style comes from a certain personality that we have, and that is where the topic today is connected. It is about us, it is about our personality, it is about new beginnings. And the very reason why it's new beginnings, U 2.0, is because we have to update our version. There are very frequent software upgrades that happen, so it's time that in these changing times that we also go ahead and update ourselves. So moving forward, I would like to introduce the speaker. I will not hold back from that. And then the speakers today is Yogesh Bhai. So Yogesh Sharda is his full name. Yogesh Bhai was born in Malawi, Africa, with an Indian background, and he was brought up in London and Oxford in England. Yogesh Bhai has been a personality development trainer and a workshop facilitator for more than 20 years, presenting many hundreds of seminars, workshops, and courses for businesses, hospitals, universities, youth organizations, and local community groups throughout Europe, UK, Middle East, Southeast Asia, Australasia, USA, Central America, South America, and India. Over the last 18 years, he has been in and around Turkey, making presentations on various topics in numerous organizations. If I were to start mentioning the topics and the organizations, we would just be wasting our time. I mean, seriously, because the list is just endless. His training comes from the Academy for a Better World in Mount Abu, India, and Global Retreat Center in Oxford, England. Both are run by the Brahma Kumaris University. So, Yogesh Bhai, please take over the session. And I would also like to introduce Bose Bhai, who's the Managing Director of Helicon Technologies, practicing Raj Yoga for the last 30 years. I please invite him to come and give a bouquet to welcome Yogesh Bhai. So a huge round of applause for Yogesh Bhai.
Hello, hello, can you hear me? So let me also add my welcome to you all, and an Om Shanti and a good morning to everyone. Thanks for a very warm welcome. I'm going to try and live up to the high expectations that Rishi has created. Can I ask who was here last year? I was here at this time last year. Anybody? Just a few of you, so I think I can do the same jokes again, if you don't mind. So it's a real pleasure, and I say a big thanks to Kuldeep Didi and all my sisters and brothers for inviting me back. It's really a joy to share this knowledge, for me especially in India. As you were hearing in the introduction, I have travels around the world, but when I'm here in India, it really feels very special. And I came into this study with this organization, Brahma Kumaris, when I was around 8 or 9 years old. So for me, it's been a lifelong journey of exploring and understanding the inner world. And I guess I've always been interested in knowing why people behave the way that they behave. And certainly it seems to me there are two lives that everyone has. We have our outer life of our work and study and travel and family and household and so on. But then also there is the inner world of our thoughts and our emotions, our beliefs, our perceptions. And what seems to be very clear is that people tend to give more importance to the outer world and less to the inner world. Hence we have high levels of stress. People find it difficult to do simple things like going to sleep, needing tablets to sleep, tablets to feel happy, tablets to calm down. And this of course is very good for the pharmaceutical industry, but it's no way to live. And what's missing in life is to know how to take care of our own mind. And for me, this is really what meditation is all about. How can I respect and take care of my own mind? And with regard to the title, as Rishi was mentioning, that especially in your world, the world of IT and technology, things are always being upgraded and developed and evolved. It seems every few months or every few weeks, a better version comes out of the latest gadget. And so for me, a question would arise that if machines, if gadgets can be upgraded, then what about humans? If we can have smartphones, can we also have smart humans? Is there a better version of you trying to come out? And what would you be like, version 2.0? You may say perhaps, as a better me, I may have more tolerance. As a better me, I may have more patience. I may have a greater self-respect. I may have a better capacity to love, to understand, and to accept other people as they are. And of course, this is possible for each person. And the reason is because all of this is a return journey. So although we've called it version 2.0, but the reality is how can you return to the original self? And because it's a return journey, that's why it's possible for every person to do. Now just think of the topics and the kind of seminars that people are interested in. Everybody wants to learn about inner peace, how to discover happiness, how to have love and respect in their relationships. And this tells us something. This tells us this is our nature, and that's why we want it. There are no seminars, there are no workshops on how to be more angry, right? Or how to be more miserable in life, how to increase the stress in your relationships. Right? No such seminars like this. Are there? No? Why? Because when we experience those states, we want to return back to peace, back to happiness, back to love. And that's really what the inner journey is about, returning to what is truly original. So in this session and the other session, which we'll have also after the break, I'll be showing some ideas on the board. We'll be doing a little bit of discussion and also one or two activities. So is that okay? Yeah? Can I ask who here already does some kind of meditation? Can you just raise your hands? How many people already do some kind of meditation? All right, and how many people here are meditators? And who is wondering what is the difference between the two? Many people do meditation as a way to de-stress, to feel calm, to deal with the challenges of life. And for some people that can be enough, and that's okay. But to be a meditator means that it's a lifestyle. And that means that as you go through your daily life, one part of you is very naturally checking to see what kind of thoughts am I producing? Am I thinking too much? Because meditators understand the greatest energy which we possess is the power of our own thoughts. And when we waste the power of our thoughts, it's like a person walking down the street throwing money out of their pocket. Right? Now, what would you call a person who does that? Either very, very, very rich or crazy. But yet that's what we do. We go through life and we waste the precious, precious fuel of thought energy. And the result of that is that the mind becomes tired. And when the mind is tired, then you know what happens. The patience level goes down, tolerance level goes down, ability to understand another person suffers. Then the next thing is there are clashes and confrontations with other people. To be able to manage your own mind is really about managing your whole life. And I would go so far as to say that your whole life is a reflection of how you choose to spend your thought energy. One of the things that meditators love to do is to learn to be essenseful in their words, but also in their thoughts. And this is called accumulating the power of silence. For example, if you were to speak something in 100 words, but you learn to say the same thing in 20 words, you save the energy of 80 words. If instead of having 100 thoughts about something, you're able to have just 10 thoughts, you save the energy of 90 thoughts. When we learn to make this kind of budget or saving in our thought energy, the power of silence accumulates in the mind. And that power of silence then comes to your help, comes to your rescue when you need to face a situation that's perhaps too much for you. You need to tolerate someone who you find difficult. Or you need the willpower or the courage to do something that you think is beyond you. This for me is the missing link in life today, managing our own mind, our thoughts, our emotions. When I was growing up as a meditator, when I was at school in England and later at work, I would wonder how, with all the great technologies we have, we can do amazing things in communication, in healthcare, in transportation. But yet, why is it people still can't get along with each other? I would think there is a huge elephant in the room here. We have technology and advancement and progress in one area, but in terms of ourselves, the power to forgive, the power to let go, the power to understand, the power to get along with somebody opposite to me, that was not being developed. And hence, I opted for a life of exploring spirituality, first of all within my own self, but then also learning how to share that with others. So let me just ask one more question before I go further, is that why are you here? What brings you here today? Is it a quiet day at the office, nothing to do, so you came here? Stability in all situations. Thank you, that's great. Okay. Sorry, sir? Learning something new. Okay. All right. All right, thank you. To make a new beginning. Okay.
To disconnect from
disconnect from routine. Beautiful. And this side of the room, anything to add? Anything different? Okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. It gives me an idea also of how to take the session forward. Let me start by something I've been thinking about recently and been sharing in different forums. And that's, I would say, like three ways by which people approach life. And let me also use the board to highlight some of these ideas. Might need a marker. So mostly we tend to experience similar challenges in life. Of course, some have more difficult challenges, some have less. But here are, broadly speaking, three ways by which people approach and live their lives. I would say most people go through life simply existing. Right? And to exist means to go through the daily experiences of life. Sometimes you fail, sometimes you succeed, sometimes you are praised, sometimes you are criticized. And when you go through an existence, it's as though the way you feel is based upon the things and the comments of people around you. So if something good happens, you may feel great. Something bad happens, you may crash. If you are praised, you may be on cloud number 9. And if you're criticized, you may find yourself feeling very bad. So in this existence state, it's as though the way I feel is not in my control. And we say, I am upset because I had a bad day. Or I'm angry because such and such a thing happened. So there, I'm living with that model. My way of feeling, my emotional state, is a result of the things which happen around me, and also the result of the comments and the behaviors of other people. So that's one group. Then there's another group which I would call as people who are survivors. When I used to work in central London, I used to go to the office in the morning, and what do? You say, hello, good morning, how are you? And most people would say, I'm surviving. And it kind of became a cliche term, I'm surviving. But I would think, is that good enough? To get to the end of life, to reach old age, to reach the time when your life is over and say, I survived. That's what maybe a tree does. That's what some object in nature may do. But for human beings, we have intelligence, we have creativity, we have perspective. And if we learn to use these, we can upgrade our relationship with life, rather than just battling and surviving from one day to the next. What is true is that you may not be able to choose what life gives to you, but you can choose and determine how you wish to receive it. I believe one reason for people's anguish and unhappiness is because they focus on what life is giving them or not giving them, rather than focusing on how do I choose to receive it. And I have found that people who focus on how I am receiving and upgrading that, their whole life begins to change. This is the great power that we have as human beings. Two main things, which for me is really the definition of spirituality. Very simple, is an upgrade in my attitude and my vision towards life. And if we work on these two things, this is really what it means, version 2.0. A fresh, a developed, an evolved attitude and vision towards life, and just see how that will also change your circumstances. And this really is what I would call as the small group of people who choose to or who know how to live. So to live means, again, you go through daily life. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you fail. Sometimes people criticize you, sometimes people are very nice to you. But to live means you choose how you wish to see those situations and people. You choose to use situations to make you grow, to make you evolve, and to make you mature. And hence, you've kind of make a contract with yourself that no matter who says what, no matter what happens around me, but the way I think and the way I feel is my choice and my responsibility. When we consciously make that decision, my peace of mind and my happiness is my personal property, non-negotiable, then notice what happens to the situations around you. Just yesterday we were studying in our morning lesson two things which I've been thinking about since yesterday. One is your inner state, and the other is the outer circumstances. Now, generally, the model that most people live with is, I will be happy when this situation is resolved. Right? And you can be waiting a long time for that to happen. But if I learn the art of keeping myself contented, not only will that contentment stay with me, but the power of my contentment will actually change an adverse situation. This is a remarkable human ability we have. And it's our responsibility keeping my peace of mind and my happiness intact and seeing how it affects the situations around me. Now, why this is a challenge is because we have already picked up some wrong ideas about life. And I believe what happens to us is as we go through life, we pick up ideas and beliefs from, of course, from parents, from culture, from media, from education. And those beliefs we place into our mind, and then we run through life with those beliefs. Now, some of those beliefs are, of course, very good and very useful, but as well as that, we have some self-limiting beliefs. And I'd like to explore one of those two now, just to help us understand how this really is a return journey back to my authentic self, back to my true self. So consider this here. Can you all see this, by the way, wherever you are? Here was an experiment that was done by some scientists. They were researching into behavior. So they had this fish tank in which they placed one happy fish. And so this fish was swimming around, using up the whole area of this fish tank. And it got used to swimming around in the whole part of this aquarium. Sometime later, these scientists, they placed a glass barrier down one end of the fish tank, and they began to drop fish food down here. So what did the fish do? The fish would swim towards the food, but it would collide against this barrier. It couldn't get through. After a while it understood, here is a barrier and I can go no further, so it would swim up to the barrier and just turn around like this. In the meantime, these scientists, they continue to drop more fish food down here. And the fish would continue to swim in this fashion. Until eventually, what the scientists did was they removed this glass barrier. So now over here was fish food, here was one hungry fish, and no barrier. So what did the fish do when the barrier was removed? Yeah, it continued to move in the same fashion. It doesn't go towards the food. And eventually the fish died. But what killed the fish? Yeah, basically, that's right. Or you may say the fish died of experience. Yeah? The experience of that past failure. Although there was no longer a physical barrier, but somehow it was still in the mind of the fish. Now, why am I using this example? Is because this is what human fish do, right? This is what we do. We have some painful experience, we have some difficult experience, we may have some failure, and although the situation has flowed into the past, what we do is we keep thinking about it again and again and again, and we create a mental barrier for ourselves. And that mental barrier then influences the way our thought energy is moving. Our creativity is moving. And each time you remember that experience or that failure, it's like adding another brick to the barrier. And this is called a self-imposed limitation. And eventually, it becomes a belief. And I think that if you were to remove a person's mind and look inside, you would see a number of these barriers, self-imposed barriers, mental limits were built up over time, which are driving the way our thought energy moves and what you think is possible for you. Now the good news is that by becoming self-aware and with the practice of meditation and understanding our own spirit, we can learn to dissolve these barriers and once again free up our thought energy. There's two things really which are important in helping us to make this upgrade to 2.0. One is wisdom and understanding in order to have a better relationship with life. But two is increasing our inner strength to be able to apply that wisdom in life. Now there are some people who have a lot of wisdom, they read a lot of books, they attend all the seminars, but no change in their life, right? Still getting angry, still getting upset, still feeling jealous. That's because they have a lot of wisdom accumulated, but there isn't the strength to put it into practical life. And so there, meditation is missing. And in our study, these two things we consider as the two wings of the soul bird to make the soul bird fly. Proper and methodical understanding of the concepts, and two, a systematic meditation practice to give me the strength to be able to make the changes in my behavior and in my attitude. Is that making sense to you? Let's ask you in terms of learning styles that the things you have learned in your life so far, how have you learned them? What has been your way of learning?
Experience.
Sorry?
Experience must be feel something from outside.
Feel something, okay.
Also from others' experiences also.
Okay, all right. Yes, sir, you said something? Parents, I think it's a big one. Yeah? Did you say something?
Repeatedly doing that.
Repetition, schooling. Okay. All right. Let's do a little exercise in human learning styles. And this would require you to stand up for just a moment. Would that be okay? All right. So what you got to do here is there's only one rule in this exercise. And that rule is you must do exactly as I say. Do you agree? Do you trust me? Seriously? All right, okay. So just put your right arm out parallel to the floor. Okay, and now bring your hand in towards your body. Try to keep your hand flat to the floor. Okay, you're doing good. And then take your hand out again. Very good. And now bring your finger and your thumb together. Okay, now keep your hand steady, bring it in towards your body once more. Full focus, full concentration. Very good. And one more time. Stretch your arm as far as it can go. And for the last time, bring your hand in towards your body. Bring it up to your face and gently, very gently, just touch your chin and freeze. Hold it right there. Do not move. Okay, now you're all CXOs, right? So you're like intelligent, smart people, correct? Now what did I say? I said touch your chin. And what are most of you doing? Chin is down here. This is called a cheek. So why are you doing this?
So the first instruction is to just do as you do.
Do as I say. I said do as I say, but you chose to do as I did. Right? Okay, thank you very much. You can sit down. So, what does this tell us? This tells us as human beings, we learn more by what we see rather than what we hear. Yeah? Most of what you have learned in your life, especially in terms of your emotional behaviors, you have learned by observing other people. Right? And of course, as you mentioned, perhaps the greatest teachers in this regard have been parents, there may be some brother, sister, friend, certain teacher at school maybe. And of course we have learned many good things. But as well as that, we have learned some self-limiting behaviors. And by the time we are adults, if we continue to repeat those behaviors, some of those behaviors go deep and become habits. Then our whole life is driven by the habits that we have created. Now what we learn in 2.0, what we learn in upgrading ourselves, is that yes, I've learned many good things, but whatever self-limiting habits I have, how can I grow out of those? And the thing is, it's one thing to recognize the self-limiting habits you have, then it's a second thing to work on that and overcome it. And maybe I should add one more thing. It's one thing to recognize our habits, but another big thing is to accept, I need to change this habit. Because there is something that comes in the way, and for any person who is seriously interested in personal growth or spiritual development, there's a small 3-letter word which we all have to deal with. Do you know what that might be? That's the big word. It's a small word, but big word. Here's the word ego. As ego says, there's nothing wrong with me, it's your fault. I am right, you are wrong. And that becomes the barrier to a person actually looking at themselves and saying, yeah, okay, this behavior needs to change. Whether it's in my relationship with myself or it's my relationships with other people. We'll be looking also in maybe the second session at understanding ego, where it comes from, why it happens. But the model which helps us to overcome these barriers and to understand where our behavior comes from, I'd like to share that with you now. And this is really the model of self-awareness and personal evolution. So it's like this. It tells us there are 4 main areas from where our behavior emerges. The first one here is to do with things that you know. Now, we all know some things, and also you know that you know. Now, can you give me an example of something you know, and you know that you know it? Some part of that you know, some part maybe we don't know, but something simple. Breathing, okay, breathing. Fire. Okay, let's say in terms of behaviors, even something simple like you know how to drive a car. Right? You know, and you know that you know. Maybe you know how to swim. You know, and you know that you know. So if I ask you to do something you know, and you know that you know it, how would you feel? Yeah? How would you feel? You'd feel good. You'll feel comfortable. You'd feel relaxed. This is known as our security box. Okay? So I'm doing something I know, and I know that I know it. So I feel secure, comfortable, relaxed. Then comes a second box over here. So now here are things that you don't know. Okay. But you know that you don't know. Okay. Can you give me an example of something you know that you don't know? Flying, okay, all right. Something else? There must be things you don't know, right? Sorry, sir? Living, okay. How to? Couldn't. Forming. Oh, farming, okay, farming. Yes, okay. There might be a language you don't know. Maybe you don't know Turkish, for example. Right? So for all of us, there are things you don't know, but you know that you don't know. And in this regard, there is a potential, if you want, to learn. So that's called our learning box. If you want to learn, you could take steps towards learning. If you don't want to learn, you don't have to learn. So when our behavior is coming from these 2 boxes, we feel in control, we feel secure, we feel comfortable. Now let's come down here to the 3rd box, which is where things get a little more complex. So here are things that you don't know, but you don't know that you don't know. So can you give me an example of something you don't know, but you don't know that you don't know? That's right. For this box, you cannot give an example for your own self. These are incompetencies I have, weaknesses I have I don't even realize I have them. Right? This is the main box we work on when it comes to personal evolution or the 2.0 upgrade. Let's take a simple practical example, then bring it back to the self. Let's say there's a new machine in the office or in the kitchen, and actually you don't know how to use it properly, but you're using it. You don't realize you are not using it correctly. What could be the result of doing that? Could break the machine? Yes? Okay. Yes. You could maybe even damage your hand. You could cause a fire and burn down the office. When our behavior is coming from this box, then that behavior is a potential danger. That's our danger box. Yeah. Now let's bring this down to a personal level. Let's say I have some don't know. I have some irritating habit, right? Which all of you can see, but I cannot see it. Right? Let's say, for example, I have a controlling tendency. I'm a bit of a controller. I like to control everyone around me in my personal life and in my professional life. But I don't realize I am such a controller. Everybody else can see. And that's the reason why they stay away from me. This is a danger to my relationships. I say, what's wrong with the people? But what I can't see is my controlling tendency pushes people away. Let's say I'm a person who has this attitude, I alone am right. Whenever there's a meeting, I alone am right. My ideas are always the best. And I'm very stubborn. I hold on to this thought. And this causes other people to be disinterested in meeting with me. This causes people not to want to give me ideas because I'll always stick to my idea. So this is a danger to working with a team. This is a danger to getting the ideas and the input from other people. Sometimes it can be in your relationship with your own self. Sometimes it can be, you may have an attitude of self-defeating. You may shoot yourself in the foot before you start doing something. Not realizing these negative thoughts or these waste thoughts are suppressing my potential from emerging. This is the main box we have to work on when it comes to making the personal upgrade. Both in one's relationship with one's own self, but also one's relationship with other people and with work. Sometimes we call this as the area of our blind spots. Our personal blind spots. This then leaves one box over here. And this is about things that you know, but you don't even know that you know. Right? These are strengths, talents, and abilities you have. You don't even realize you have them. Sorry? Hidden talent. Okay, yeah. What else could you call this? Maybe hidden talent or another potential. I think many words you can use. The word I like to use, this is our magic box. Because it's as if by magic, these talents, these strengths, these abilities, they come into your life and into your relationships without you even calling upon them. For example, Let's say there's somebody at work who's really very difficult to work with, and everyone tries to avoid dealing with that person. Is there anybody like that, by the way, at your work? It's common. That's a good answer. So everybody avoids that person, but you work with that person very well. And people say to you, how can you work with him or her? This person is impossible. And you may say, well, for me, I'm just being myself. I'm not trying to do anything special. I'm just being myself. It means you have some know-how. You have some ability, some talent, some skill. You don't even realize you have it. Perhaps you have such an accepting attitude that in your company, people feel permission to be themselves. Perhaps you have a natural ability to give respect. So when people are around you, they drop their emotional guard. They just feel comfortable in your company. Every person, every human soul has some magic within them. And if I cannot see the magic in another person, it just means that I'm not looking properly. Now, when it comes to making the upgrade, the place we want to start is here. In other words, what I'm doing wrong, I want to know about it. I want to see where I'm going wrong in my attitude, in my thoughts, in my approach to things. I want to move that into my learning box. So what previously I didn't know that I didn't know, now I know what I don't know. I know I am weak in this area. I know, for example, I can't handle criticism. I know I get nervous when I'm in front of certain people. Or I know that, I feel inadequate doing something on my own, for example. Then as you begin to work on it, you overcome that weakness and it becomes a strength. What you know you did not know, now you know that you know. You've changed the weakness into a strength. You have learned that skill. Whether it's an interpersonal skill, or whether it's an intrapersonal skill, or whether it's something practical in your workplace. And as you continue to practice that skill, that ability, or that talent, the more you practice it, the more it becomes part of your nature. It becomes hardwired inside you, such that you no longer need to consciously call upon it. It becomes part of your magic box. The more you repeat a certain talent or a skill, the deeper it goes inside your consciousness. And hence, it becomes your nature. Now the question arises, how can you know what is inside your danger box? Right? But would you like to know what is inside your danger box? Are you sure? There's no turning back. All right. There are three ways I have found to discover what is inside the danger box, and then how to upgrade from the danger box to the learning box, how to make that personal evolution, how to measure your own progress. So the answers to all those questions and more will be in the next session. Right? Sorry? Yeah. So it's time. We've come to the time for our little break, and then after the break there'll be one or two other things, and then I'll continue taking up this topic. But let's do this. Let's just finish this session with a moment of being quiet together. And what I like to do is just do a simple visualization. We'll just have silence for this. So if you'd just like to follow me with your mind, firstly just have your back straight if you would. Have your feet flat on the floor. You can rest your hands gently on your legs. And this is a beginner's exercise. It's just a simple creative visualization, which actually is what comes before meditation. So if you want, you can just close your eyes. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes. So I sit comfortably. I take a few moments to relax the body and also to relax the mind. I know in daily life I play many different roles. Some to do with work, some with family. But for a few moments, I just want to step back from all of those. And so bring your attention in towards yourself. Bring your attention up towards your face. Bring your attention to the center of your forehead. And here at the center of your forehead, picture a small room. This tiny room in the center of your forehead is your quiet room of peace. Just picture this beautiful, quiet room of peace in the center of your forehead. This is your private and personal space. When you are inside your quiet room of peace, you feel very relaxed. This is the place where you can be yourself. This is the place where you can step back from your daily roles and responsibilities, where you are free from the pressures and demands of the outside world. Feel the silence, the peace of your quiet room. Just allow your mind to absorb this atmosphere of serenity, tranquility. And as you do so, the thoughts begin to slow down. The mind becomes calm. Just be with this feeling of peace in your mind for 1 minute. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. How do you feel?